On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Mayor Chill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137.
Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem, nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting.
Debut season for Matt West Haggett Hall. And we're just about 3 minutes on the clock as we say good evening to my CSI stream team, Jerry, Allen, and the rest of the supporting staff here at Empire. 3.5 on the clock. And RxPro looking to prod one into this right attacking, the left attacking half for them. Successful in getting it to that level. Ball played to John Stewart on the left-hand side. And Stewart miscontrols or mispasses. Can't believe it himself wearing the number 10 there. He was looking for Jim Bailey, but didn't work out for him. Instead, they find Eddie Barnett down the right, who releases over the right-hand side. Here's RxPro on the attack. Ball across the box. Defensive work to be done. Ball falls this time to Bailey, who shoots. Easy as Saturday afternoon stroll, Keith. That one into the arms of the keeper. And on 5 minutes, score 0-0 between RxPro Vintage Masters and the lads from Mapp Hill. That's the Haggett Hall team on 5 minutes.
Well, at the moment, very, very, very open. The ball moving from left to right very quickly. And they're moving like players who are just over 40, not over 50. And they're looking good. Who will score the first goal? We wait to see. Both teams desperately in need of a victory. And at the moment, Vintage 0, Haggett Hall 0.
So as they rumble and tumble here this evening to get some points to climb the table, it's a double header. And therefore, you'll be looking forward to, you'll be wetting your lips, licking your lips to know that the next match, we'll announce it in just a couple of seconds as this one is about to get restarted. But just past the 5 minute mark, the 0-0 tussling here at the Bank Hall ground. A brilliant ball down the right, finds Barnett. He's on his bike down the right. Pink boots and all. Will look to float one across the box here. Chance for Bailey. And he can't get to it. He's a bit too slow off the mark. But of course, the offside trap was set as well. And you can see on the far side, not sure if the referee picked it up at the time, but he's acknowledging the first assistant, Sadiq Hill, over there. And the offside will be the call with just about 6 minutes on the clock.
But that was a sweeping move by Vintage on the right-hand side of midfield. But he had strayed slightly offside, and in the end, the whistle did go. And surely, positivity there from Vintage as they look to get an opening goal. On the other hand, Haggett Hall defensively look a little bit scattered here and there and would have to get back players in numbers to defend the cause. So Vintage 0, Haggett Hall 0.
So in their very first year, Matt West Haggett Hall, so far with 3 points on the table, having had a result reverse based on a issue with the Empire versus Mapp Hill Haggett Hall team last weekend, and we're fortunate to get those 3 points. This is Barnett in towards, in fact, that's good. Oh, it's a superb shot, a nice swivel and turn with the dummy coming from Adrian Cumberbatch there. Ball falling to Jim Bailey, the dreadlock player, coming in from the left-hand side. Control, hit with the right foot, but of course, the goalkeeping here is of the highest caliber. Henderson Payne for Haggett Hall in the right place at the right time. And as the trigger was pulled by Bailey, he shuffled across and saved the day. That's we can see that that's a shoulder barge. And over goes John Stewart. No play acting there. He definitely was, he got the elbow in the back from the Haggett Hall number 15.
Well, what happened there is that the defender was left for dead for sure, and in his effort to get back to cover, he pushed the player in the back, and in the end, it was a free kick to Vintage. They go forward again. Good defending by Haggett Hall. Now they will break on the left-hand side of midfield. Ball played square leading ball, sweeping, searching ball. Good defensive work again. But here we go with Haggard Hall 0, Vintage 0.
So Neblet with that sweeping ball, but cut out at the back by the RxPro Vintage Masters. And again, we see Bailey, in fact, that's Eddie Barnett. Barnett playing a very solid defensive role, leaving his right half position, Keith, right wing position, and finding himself at what looked like left back for some reason, but he covered the danger, and the ball with Davis, who again finds Bailey here. Bailey will look to show a clean pair of heels, does so now, finds Davis on the edge of the box, will cut past one, cut past two, left foot shot, and the eventual block by the Haggard Hall number 5 in David Wood, sticking out the right boot on 10 minutes, and the first real major salvos coming from the RxPro Vintage. They run themselves a corner on this, the left-hand side for them, because they're kicking from right to left. So this is on their left wing position, and they'll look to float it across. I believe it is Adrian A.A. Davis on 10 minutes.
Well, some good movement again there from Vintage. They've won the first corner of the game. Good defensive work from Haggard Hall as they probe and search. Clearance there to no one at all. But so far, of the two teams, it seemed that Vintage are capable of going past the Haggard Hall defenders, but they've stood firm most of the time. And with only 11 minutes gone in the game, Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
So throwing to RxPro, in fact, throwing to Haggard Hall as Dalton Thorne, and I'm not sure he's any relation to me. Dalton, you check me when you finish, sir, to see if that Thorne means anything on our side of the family. But at present, 11 on the clock, still 0-0 between RxPro Vintage Masters and the team from the Mapp Hill area, known as Mapp West. Haggard Hall, 0-0 after 11 minutes. Here comes Vintage now. 1-2 played. He took too long to play it, and Barnett knew that he would have been offside, so he didn't go for it. And Haggard Hall now building in their defense with David Wood. He plays it forward as they're at walking pace here at the Empire facility. 0-0 the score as we await the first real chance in and around the 18. Perhaps here it comes now. Still left foot fake. Prods it over to the right-hand side. Ball play through the space. One-on-one against the keeper. And that one over the goal line harmlessly, Keith, for goal kick on 12 minutes.
Well, this is the first time that Haggard Hall have threatened to open up the Vintage defenders. And in the end, though, the pass, not a good one, always rolling away from him, running into touch. Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0. And I believe that with more deft control, they would have been able to get at least a shot in. They try once again. This is Haggard Hall down the left-hand side. Play has broken down, and now Vintage will come forward in numbers on the right-hand side. They're using the width of the field very well. It's not a big field, but good ball down the right-hand side. Could be the opening goal of the match. Good-looking turn. Turned his man inside out, but the man stays with him, and in the end, ball runs into touch. Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
Into the 13th minute we are. You're watching live coverage of the 2023 BIMFC's Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT. That's the acronym. O for old, B for boys. You get the drift,
One
right?
of the things I noticed, Trevor, is that most of the teams I've seen in the tournament so far, when they're attacking the goal to my left, they always go down the right-hand side. And I believe that unless Haggard Hall can defend a lot better, they may concede a goal in this opening half. But still, no goals as yet. Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
So your referee this evening, Mr. Martin Bailey, ably assisted by first assistant Tonya Dean. Just took a peek to make sure she's right there. And on the far side, the second assistant, AR number 2, Sadiq Hill. Ball down the left for Highgate Hall. They'll fight for it, and they've won it on that left-hand side. A couple of passes, and they could be into the danger zone. I've seen a player here limping, looking a bit like Thorne, who is perhaps asking for a sub, and we'll get it shortly. 14 on the clock, Keith, 0-0. Who would you reckon would be the happier of the two coaches at this point in time, Keith?
Well, yes, he's gone off very early in the game. He's limping on the field, and therefore they've made that necessary substitution because he was playing right back. So you have to keep your defense tight if you intend to win matches at Masters League. So that was a good decision by the coach, and hopefully he will recover with some treatment. But Haggard Hall 0, Vintage 0, as we roll inside the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, getting back to that question, Keith, which coach would you think at this point would be happier with the way their team is playing?
Say that again, Trav.
Which coach will be happier with the way in which his team is playing right now?
Well, that is so true. Can we get some goals? Only time will tell. We saw a lot of goals being scored in the Premiership today by Manchester City. I was told they won by 4-1. In the earlier match, Arsenal won by 1-0. So the two top teams maintaining the position there. It will be quite interesting this evening as we continue to see who will end the evening as the leading team in the standings here at Empire. Haggard Hall 0, Vintage 0. Good ball. The leading, searching, probing ball. Good defensive work by Haggard Hall, though. Comes away with it confidently, but he plays it into no man's land. And Haggard Hall not being able to put together 3 and 4 passes and test the defenders from the Vintage team. Vintage looking more purposeful and positive on the right-hand side. 0-0 the scoreline if you're now joining us. Here we go with Vintage. Chance there, he clips it over the top of the crossbar. That should have been 1-0 for sure. A leading, searching, probing ball. But in the end, the positivity not there to put it in the back of the nets. And they would have to wheel and come again. Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
So as they continue to battle here at the Empire Club in St. Michael, we're 0-0. Both teams having perhaps an even share of the possession, with a slight bit more going perhaps to the RxPro Vintage Masters, who are having a chance or two to test goalkeeper Henderson Payne, that would be. And he came up trumps, being in the right place at the right time. Ball across the box, however. And the Vintage asked to defend. They've won the ball down this left with Bailey, who steams away down the left. He's up against 2. Turns on the afterburners now. Cuts towards the 18-yard box. Got control with the left foot as well. Checks back. Comes forward again. Onto the right foot this time. We'll look for some support. Find it in Davis. Comes forward past 1. Tries to slip his way past the second man. And he can't. But Haggard Hall fight back for it on 18 minutes. And now we'll like to enjoy a bit of that possession as they've done quite often in this game. They're knocking it here and there across the left-hand side in towards the centre this time. Good work from the left, in fact from the right back for RxPro Vintage Masters as they take possession of it, only to give it away again. Two teams seem to be affected by the 4 o'clock sun here, Keith. It's nice and steamy. Sun isn't set as yet, and therefore you'll need a cool head to break open one of these defenses. Perhaps this is the cool head we're looking for. It's Davis with the left foot 15 yards to the right. He goes for the 1-2. Bailey says, yes, you can have it. And he's offside. In fact, the flag is up. Play continues. Right foot shot coming in, and referee Bailey not seen
The
Sadiq
flag
Hill.
went very early. Maybe the sunshine causing him not to pick it up. But again, Vintage looking purposeful, positive, and precise with their passing on the right-hand side of midfield. Defensively, Haggard Hall will need to play with a little more organization at the back. They're struggling at the moment. Every time Vintage come down the right, and Trevor has removed his glasses because the sunlight is being articulated by the players also, and in an effort to make sure that he gets it right, Trevor has removed the glasses that he had on. And Trevor, only this afternoon before he came here, I saw a clipping way back when in 1994 when you scored that magnificent goal to put Barbados through to the CFU finals. It was dramatic, and to read it back was very, very exciting. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we stay with the game here momentarily as Vintage comes inside. Will they get a Vintage pass and a Vintage shot? Shot comes in, defended well by Haggard Hall. Another shot comes in, good defensive work. Shots coming from all over the world, but surely good defensive work. But was it Lalu Goodrich who played the ball across when you scored that very important goal to defeat Grenada by 4-2?
As a top result, if I must say so myself, as you said, they put Barbados into the Shell Cup finals. And I believe if we check your records, Keith, you'll see that they've not really qualified for Shell Cup finals very often. So that has to be a historic moment for the Barbadian public, all 280 or so thousand. Ball with Bailey on 20 minutes. He'll float one with the educated left foot. Ball ports to Samuels, who'll drive one with his right. That one off target, almost making its way to Downey Gap and not into the back of the net. So with 21 minutes on the clock, we await our first goal here in the first of a double-header between the RxPro Vintage Masters and the Haggard Hall team here at Empire Club.
Well, that is so true. We need some goals here. Masters football is all about discipline and class. And when you get the ball in and around the area, the players must practice a bit more with their technique. Because if you're going to score goals in this tournament, technically you have to be precise and confident that you can beat the keeper from just in and around the area. On the field of Haggard Hall, they have one of Barbados' best ever young strikers, and he went on to score lots of goals for Notre Dame and Wales. That is David Ward. He, like I said last week, he have run many goalkeepers out of the goal. He has 2 tremendous feet, good header, and he is also a very intelligent coach. At the moment, though, the scoreline reveals that on the evening, it is Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
So heading towards half-time, 22 on our clocks. Remember, the final word is with referee Martin Bailey as he carries the official time. Our clocks run by CSI computers, and therefore they can lose a second or two here or there. And we want to rely on the referee for his official word. Again this evening, it's Martin Bailey, our referee, ably assisted by first assistant or AR number 1, Tonya Dean, also FIFA accredited, and Sadiq Hill on the far side, very close to the half line as well. Thank you very much to the refs for choosing the OBL-FIT to officiate, and thanks to all the fans that are here and those on their way here as well to witness these 2 games. Up next, Keith, Cracker Jacker between Bayland Masters, that's Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters, and another really good team, Robert Boat Lashley's Benfica at 5.
Well, yes, Trevor, what we are wondering here is when will Vintage open the scoring? They've attacked Haggard Hall relentlessly on the right-hand side. They had about 2 or 3 opportunities to open the evening with a nice goal. And talking about scoring goals, young James yesterday scored 2 goals in Grenada for Barbados. He plays for Pinelands in the normal competition. And he seemed to be a good marksman because during the week, when the game finished, Grenada won, Barbados won, he was the goal scorer. And Trevor probably is walking in your footsteps, consistency. And I admire young players who can go to the highest stage at international level and score. Ironically enough, though, Barbados has to step up as we continue our preparation for the Nations League, because a few years ago, on our journey to Antigua in a warm-up match to play in the CFU finals, Barbados defeated Grenada by 5-0. And now Grenada were able 1-1, 2-2, and surely, maybe, Trevor, you can come out of retirement and show the youngsters how to put the ball in the nets, and also come back for Empire and score some goals at the Masters level.
Yeah, well, surely I qualify for Masters, being 50 plus, but probably moving at half the speed of those international players playing for Barbados and Grenada now, so I can only talk a good talk. Won't be able to walk that walk, but for sure, he looks like a man in the caliber of Thierry Gale. Got that sort of build, swagger and style. He's very determined to make his mark whenever he gets a chance. Came on as a substitute in the first encounter on Wednesday night, I believe it was. This is a ball across the box. We'll get back to him in a second. That's an attacking header. The defender would have done well to just let that one slide out. But in fact, he finds a good pass instead. And the ball chipped to the outside for the Haggett Hall team to just take the time about it and perhaps get a few more passes together before they attack the goal. Another chance here. It's a right foot shot again off the target. Yeah, but Keith, the first game, as you know, that was publicized to be broadcast, and we did get that from the front area in Grenada. The second game, they said, didn't come via the stream or whatever, and therefore we don't have the details. All we have are the goal scorers. But what it certainly looks as though is that, yes, we can score a goal or two, but you must be able to stop the opposition from scoring if we want to get all 3 points or a victory. And so far, we haven't been able to do that. We're looking at the back a bit, Keith, and I'd be a bit concerned about that side of the game, because if you want to remain in Zone B or League B of the CONCACAF Nations League, you have to win games to stay there. And therefore, we would want to see the Barbados team stop the opposition from scoring, and of course, stick the ball in the back of the net a few more times. Half-time here, however, at the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bank Hall, St. Michael, and with that half-time, we'll be heading for the commercial break, and you can join us for that second half action when we rejoin you for the matchup between Mapp West Haggett Hall and RxPro Vintage Masters. At this present point in time, 0-0 the score as we go to the half-time break.
Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no-stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, White Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137.
Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem, nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting, offering a sumptuous selection of tasty, affordable and locally themed dishes from our popular breakfast, our delectable lunch menu, and let's not forget our mouth-watering dinner. Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, every day, every meal.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Anel, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
We'll go charging forward, and Elvin Oxley comes in. He'll look to kit up and get ready for the next match, the 5 p.m. game between Bayland Masters And Benfica Masters, as I said, slated for 5. We'll certainly be sticking close to that time here as the crowd continues to build. Into the 30th minute we go. Tomorrow you can join us for 3 big ones. It'll be Blackrock Masters versus Trents at 3. Home base Empire Masters coming up against Carlton Wanderers at 4. And Paradise Masters 50th edition taking on Wildy Royalty in the evening thriller at 5. Exactly Unified have a bye because there are 11 teams in the 50s tournament. And stand by for some brand new 35s coming to you and especially you very, very shortly. Of course, the 26th to the 29th of May is the international tournament known as BIMFC. That's the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. And with a big launch coming to you with the compliments of Sandals Resort and Sandals Royale. A big one this time around. And we stand by for that just before the tournament starts. On the 24th, that will be on the 24th of May 2023 at the Sandals Resort. And the invitations will start to fly very shortly. The invitations for teams as well internationally are open. Just contact us on our social media handles at bdsmfc@outlook.com. Drop us an email. And on our YouTube channel, you can give us a little shout out on the chat, asking for information as well. We monitor that as well. That's BIMFC Masters on YouTube channel. And BIMFC 246 on Instagram. Give us a shout out to get your registration forms and be ready for the BIMFC 2023. At present, 0-0 on 33 minutes. And the score 0-0, as I said before, between RxPro Vintage and Haggett Hall. I'll be saying good evening and welcome back to Keith Grell Griffith.
Into the second half, and hopefully we're going to get some goals. Like I said, Masters football is about showing excellent skills, creating opportunities, and putting the ball into the back of the nets. And at the moment, no goals as you join us wherever you are. And to our friends in England, USA, and Canada, etc., it's a blessing to be here with you once again. The ball is down the right, probing, searching, and looking for some positivity. Ball played across the area, but in the end, good cover challenge from the Vintage team. 0-0 the scoreline as we roll into the 6 minutes of the second half.
So, free kick as the team settle for the second half. And we are live from the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bank Hall, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean. The restart will come on the far side, far right, 10 yards into enemy territory for the guys here attacking the goal to the left, which would be Mapp. West Haggett Hall, ball into the box, Larry Allen with the clearance. As Matt West continue to prod and probe and actually execute some very good attacks down their right-hand side.
Well, Vintage very, very solid throughout the game, defensively and offensively. The only thing they're lacking at the moment is a goal. On the other hand, Haggett Hall looking more purposeful in the second half, going down the right-hand side. And I would have to ask you, as a man who have played many times here at this ground, Trevor, is there an advantage going down the right-hand side at the Bank Hall ground?
Well, I have no idea because I believe stats will show that I probably scored as many goals on this side as the other side. So I don't really, as a player, I never really cared about which side I go in. What I know is that there's targets to hit and it's the back of the net. So the goal bar being the size that it is, and if the technique is correct, Keith. Okay.
But maybe I'll have to ask Selwyn Bartley, who scored endless goals for Empire. And you know he is from right out here in the Garden Land. Good evening to each and everyone again. 0-0 the scoreline. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Haggard Hall 0. Vintage going forward on the right 0.
So that ball down the right-hand side for Vintage, eventually pressing and winning a corner kick on the right-hand side as they look to now get their second half off to a winning start, you would think. Ball with Davis, pass one, pass two, asking questions of the ref, nothing doing. His play on is the antics of the referee. And that tackle deemed to be 50-50, I believe, into the midfielder goal. This is David Ward with the first touch of the second half, I believe. Poor one from such a top coach, I would say. He needed to perhaps use the inside of that left foot and prod it further wide. Davis with the left foot attempt on 37 minutes. And the current score remains Haggard Hall 0. The guys with the sponsored name, RxPro Vintage Masters 0, Keith, after 37 minutes.
Well, that's the difference between the two teams. The cohesion of the Vintage team looks very, very good. Haggard Hall defending solidly at times, but in the attack, they don't seem to have that offensive threat that will give them that opening goal. But they can prove me wrong as the evening goes on. But surely, all that is lacking in this game at the moment is a goal. Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
So goal kick to the Haggard Hall team. A number of youngsters here, Keith, having a bit of a football sweat here on the right-hand side, as we would want them to continue to behave themselves. Young gents, we want you to behave. We really would want you to behave. Yes, football is the name of the game, and good behavior is expected of you as you continue to enjoy your childhood days. Here's the clearance from the Mapp Hill guys on the far side, only finding Jim Bailey, who fails to control. Ball down the left for Vintage. Bailey will sprint for it. Can he reach it in time? Yes, he can. Floats one towards the near post. Defensive clearance in towards Larry Allen, who heads it first. Chance for the right foot shot. Shoots now! And it's over the crossbar. Larry Allen from 18 yards, Keith, with the shot. But he almost ran 80 yards to get there. So I will excuse him for striking it over the crossbar. But better technique from Allen. And RxPro could have been 1-0 up.
Well, I don't know him as a goal scorer. I know him as an outstanding defender at Bridensill. But he roamed forward momentarily. And I thought that he should have struck the ball with the middle of the instep. He tried the outside of the instep. And in the end, the ball agonizingly going wide. But surely Vintage, looking like the team more likely to score. But Haggard Hall will continue to try to deny them and try to score on the break. So Vintage 0, Haggard Hall 0.
Into the 39th minute, we go. Chance here on his bike and he's sprinting away. A little look between himself and the referee. Nothing doing, says the ref. It's back as a free kick to the RxPro Vintage Masters. The serious foot race between two there. In the end, they collided. The referee said no foul. The ball ricocheted to the left-hand side of the Mapp Hill goal. Out came the keeper to grab it. And as the attacker came in, they too collided. And on 40 minutes, we have some medical attention being provided for the RxPro mandate inside the Mapp West box. So on 40 minutes, still 0-0 between Haggett Hall and Vintage Masters.
Well, Haggett Hall for the momentarily looked capable of getting a shot at least, but he overran the ball in the end. Good goalkeeping. The keeper came off the line very quickly and cleanly, averted the danger, and Haggett Hall will have to reel and come again. Still 0-0. Trevor, I will not put you on the spot, but how do you believe Haggett Hall will get a goal?
Well, they do seem to have a few speedy wingers, Keith, and if they can provide the telling ball and have the wingers out-sprint the RxPro Vintage, because the RxPro are very strong in the middle with the likes of Larry Allen and the other central defenders as well. So I suspect that if I were looking at this game through a microscope or a telescope, I could see that the wing back areas are the areas perhaps that they could attack. And if they could get it going there, then they could easily get one here. But of course, you need to pay attention to Avian Davis, and he goes through on a pass that was delivered there by, I believe, by Allen at the time. He's gone into an offside position, however. And although Haggett Hall could get a goal, Keith, getting back to your question, it certainly looks more as though the RxPro Vintage Masters are in with more of a chance because they have more of the possession, and of course they've had more of the goal mouth action as well. And if we were a betting man, I would probably put a couple of dollars, as you said, on RxPro perhaps, but I'm sure that the Haggett Hall team would want to prove me wrong. And as I say that, the ball goes to the Vintage Masters, but illegally, says the referee on this occasion, Mr. Martin Bailey, and with it, the free kick to be taken in by RxPro.
What I've noticed is that when Haggett Hall comes into the attack, they only have 3 players down below the pitch. And they will need to get 4 or 5 so that they can get a little more room, a little more patience, and a little bit more organization. And that is what they're lacking at the moment. A long, sweeping, leading ball. No problems for the keeper. He will catch that today and tomorrow, and maybe next year too. 0-0 the scoreline. Haggett Hall 0, Vintage 0.
So as we continue to upgrade that technology, Jerry and company, 43 on the clock here. We're heading for a 50-minute game, 2 25-minute halves in the 50s, that is. And this ball will be spread wide as RxPro come out of their defense at this point in time.
See, that is what I mean again. Haggett Hall could only reach there to the bottom part of the pitch, and then they lose possession quite comfortably. So they need to go back to the drawing board after this game, practice a little more, how to pass the ball, keep possession, and try to create the opening that will give them at least a shot, and hopefully they will hit it on target and test the keeper. But at the moment, they have done well. 0-0 the scoreline. How many minutes left, Trev?
Just about 6 or so on our clocks.
Right. So we are into the closing stages of the game. Haggett Hall 0, Vintage 0.
So Haggett Hall, this one sprayed to the left-hand side. Any takers? Doesn't look that way. Ball over the touchline into the 44th minute as the likes of Gilvy Andrew over on that right-hand side looking to spread the ball through the center and over to the left for Haggett Hall. Unsuccessful on most of the occasions so far as RxPro take possession of it at this point in time as they look to spread it left, right, and center as well. That one into the middle of the field. A good clearance from the RxPro number 15 on this occasion as he heads it into the evening sky. Rodney Curtin having a fairly good game in the middle of the RxPro Vintage Masters midfield, cutting out those passes that are coming through from the Mapp West team. But I believe that he could have an influence on the game if he were to push forward just a bit more. The accuracy in which he passes the ball could find the outlet for the likes of Bailey and Barnett. The ball through the space here, up against the keeper who comes and clears brilliantly. That's Basil Griffith for the RxPro Vintage Masters. His opposite number would be Henderson Payne, the number 1 for Haggett Hall. Referee Bailey with some tidying up to do as he slides in to two players who having a bit of afters, and as that ball is played past him, I'm sure he won't let the player continue until he's had a word with the player that he would want to have a word with. As we say good evening to Jeffrey, who's in the house as well, having a beverage. Well done, sir. And he's also observing Pedro Aguiar from Doc Photography, snapping those photos so that they can make their way through the social media handles of the BIMFC Masters on YouTube, the BIMFC 246 on Instagram, also the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic on Facebook, and another one which you need to get accustomed to is Trevor Thorne Scores on IG as well, where we post all the photos, the standings, the fixtures, the previews, the reviews, you name it, the kicks, the free kicks, the set plays, the dead ball situations, the volleys, the half volleys, the hat tricks, the braces, the goals, and the beaver tricks as well. It's 47 on the clock here at the Empire facility. Bailey with the left foot shot. And Bailey with the finish. 47 on the clock. A 1-2 between Eddie Barnett and Bailey, I believe it is, on that far side. Slides in with a superb finish. And RxPro Vintage Masters won. The gents from Haggett Hall, that's Mapp West Haggett Hall 0. I believe a bit of a correction, because Bailey was on the outside of the 18-yard box. So it's the other dreadlock player that put the ball into the net. But a superb cutting-edge move, Keith. Finished with the left foot from 6 yards. And what we can say for sure is that RxPro Vintage Masters are ahead 1-0 over Mapp West Haggett Hall.
That was inevitable. Vintage looked the better team throughout the game. They attacked with purpose and conviction, and that was an excellent goal, placing the ball down in the bottom of the corner and into the nets. Surely, Vintage leading by 1-0. Haggett Hall with more than a mountain to climb. They have not played with any real offensive threat, and one could have guaranteed that if the game continued the way it was going from the beginning, Vintage with the team more likely to win. So we're down to the last 4 minutes of the game. Vintage 1, Haggett Hall 0.
So Larry Ali down the left-hand side as RxPro have acres of space to exploit at the left-back position. Into the box now, left foot shot coming in. The keeper decides to go with his feet rather than his hands. That's a mistake almost. He has to scramble back onto the box, onto his line to punch that one over the crossbar. And what was considered to be a very good half by Mapp West Haggett Hall, he will need to bring back those same skills in the second half to avoid another goal from scoring, because he went with his feet there when perhaps he should have dived on it with his hands. And he's created some more pressure here. This is Barnett, Eddie Barnett with his square. This is now Bailey on this left-hand side. He will look for the little 1-2 from Aline. Finds him now. Looks to play the return pass. But the ball cut out at the back from the Haggett Hall team. Clearance made. They're in an attacking posture now. We'll cut across the center circle. At this point, the 1-2 played. Foot race between two players. And some good work again from Rodney Curtin. As I said before, he's an excellent player. Very steady. We'll look to distribute the ball now down the left-hand side for his beloved RxPro Vintage Masters. Body check with the position of that player there, Keith. And with it, the free kick given to, in fact, free kick won by Haggett Hall on just about 50 minutes.
They have been relentless throughout the game. Like I said, from the beginning, they looked the better team, especially offensively. And then in the end, they scored a brilliant goal from Bailey. Haggett Hall losing the second game of the tournament at the moment and will have to reorganize during the week, structure the defense better, and hopefully come here at the ground in Bank Hall and produce more positivity in the attack. So at the moment, it's all about Vintage leading as we go into the closing minutes of the game. The Vintage lead by 1-0. We wait momentarily. Vintage 1, Haggett Hall 0. Trevor moving very, very sprightly like when he was a former striker. He's back with us again.
So yeah, Keith, the Vintage, while you were scoping the field there, Keith, they've gone down the far side and scored again. So it's in fact 2-0 at this point in time. RxPro Vintage Masters 2. Mapp West Haggett Hall 0. And we're into we've passed the 50th minute. So we're into time added on for stoppages here in this particular matchup. And therefore it looks as though all 3 points will go to RxPro Vintage Masters unless there's a way back for the Haggett Hall team.
What I believe that the Haggett Hall team will need to do is go back to the drawing board, get their defense organized, and hopefully practice to keep possession of the ball a lot better than they've done this evening. But surely Vintage, by far the better team and deserved winners here, winning by 2-0. Vintage 2, Haggett Hall 0. We look forward to the big game, Benfica, coming up against the defending champions out of the Bayland.
Yep, the Bayland Masters, that would be Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters coming up next against Benfica. So we have a classified result there. That's RxPro Vintage Masters 2, Mapp West Haggett Hall 0. Yours truly, Trevor Throne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. Join us for lots more in that second matchup between Benfica and the defending champions Bayland Masters right after these.
C&C Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson, St. Michael, BB11016. Services, excavators, mini, mid and full size. Bobcat, roller, brush cut services, light crane truck, dump truck, heavy equipment transport. Supplies, cement, sand, stone, marl, topsoil soil mix, both load or bag. Rentals, aqua props, scaffold, plywood, generators, hilti, wheelbarrows, plate compactors and concrete mixers. Telephone 246-424-8529. Mobile 246-230-2219. Fax 246-425-2322. Email cctrucking@caribsurf.com. C&C Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson St. Michael, 246-424-8529. We aim to please. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veteran football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course, fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023.
Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Football legends Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Minor Chill St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137.
Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem, nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting, offering a sumptuous selection of tasty, affordable and locally themed dishes from our popular breakfast, our delectable lunch menu, and let's not forget our mouth-watering dinner. Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, every day, every meal.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Rates and weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no-stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association BHTA, Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, Bell Imagery Productions, Commentators Sports Incorporated CSI and the CSI Stream Team, Cooperators General Insurance, Dock Photography, Dover Beach Hotel, Duracell Batteries, the Board of Management of the Empire Club, the Mighty Blues, Ayers Meat Shop, Fritz Customs, Heineken Zero, Hot 95.3 FM, Infinity on the Beach Hotel, Intimate Hotels of Barbados, Jara and Consultants Inc., Otis Williams and Mike Seals Cheers to Life Catamaran Cruise, Legendary Fish Cakes, Pavilion Road, Bank Hall, St. Michael. Making Moves, Massey Distribution Inc., Palm Beach Hotel, Results Auto Shop, Riverino Media, Rochcourt Enterprises, Ross Travel Hotel, Rumstock, Whole Town, Sandals Resort and Sandals Royale, Scotty's Car Rentals, the A-Team of Curtis Hines and Paul Mears, the Sweet Vibes Radio Show with DJ King Bling and top selector DJ Black Spider.
So we're just about set and ready for the second of the double header. Your referee this evening, Ms. Tonya Dean, ably assisted by First Assistant Sadiq Hill, and the second assistant this evening, AR number 2, Mr. Martin Bailey, I believe, with the sun in his eyes at this point in time, as we are set and ready. Clock's rolling here, and with it, a chance for the defending champions, Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters, in the salmon pink jerseys going from right to left. And this evening they're up against Benfica Masters, who had a bye last week, a bit of a rest. And now they're up and running and getting ready to take on the defending champions. This is a ball across the box. It's an attacking header. Oh, just about good enough and fast enough. The legs of a former strike partner of mine, Mr. Tyrone White, who's goalkeeping for Benfica at this point in time. And White will put the ball on the spot as Benfica will look to prod and probe. From this side, the shot coming in. This is a chance at far post. Goal! Goal number 1. With just about a minute on the clock. The mistake was this right-sided play here. And that mistake was the Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters beefsteak on a Saturday afternoon. That's the defending champions Bayland Masters 1, Benfica 0. Keith.
Well, that was easier Sunday evening. Bayland Masters, having not defended their crown very well in the opening 2 matches, seem ready in front of their fans who are sitting and standing right in front of me, coming forward early and getting that early goal. The shot before was blocked, but no doubt about it, Bayland Masters seem full of energy, full of confidence. Benfica seem a little bit organized. They've given the ball away. And Trevor, if my vision is good, I don't think Benfica has 11 men. Not at the moment.
So ball played through the space again. Out comes White this time to take action in a different method. Last time around he distributed it to the right-hand side. That was a mistake, and the team was under a bit of pressure, and the ball was taken away from the defender on that occasion as Boeing goes charging forward. There's a flag up on this near side from assistant ref Sadiq Hill. So that would suggest that Rodney Bowen has run into an offside position, and the free kick the ball will come all the way back, very close to the half line, I believe, for a Bayland free kick. Bayland Masters 1, Benfica 0. After
Trevor,
3 minutes.
with your glasses on, confirm my vision tells me Benfica only has about 8 or 9 men.
Yeah, I think they're struggling here this evening at this point in time. Here's the ever speedy Russell Norville down the right. He'll cut this one across. Clearance made. Back to Norville on the far right. This is exactly what the Bayland were missing in their first couple of encounters, where they didn't have the wide strength that they would have used to win the title in the likes of Russell Norville. They've rectified it now. He's been able to play as this ball is spotted across the far side. This time, the Bayland taking possession in the form of Stephen Simmons. I think this is his first game of the season, although I didn't see him last year very often either. But he's here this evening now as the right foot shot comes in from Wesley Allen. 1 for the season so far. And again, this time we go out with Benfica looking to play it down the right-hand side in the form of George Skeet. Possession given away into the midfield, in fact, into the attacking positions now. Past one man, and then the second man about to be taken out. Benfica back to White, who'll clear with his right foot. As Tanya Dean sees an infringement there and blows her whistle. Just about 5 minutes on our clocks here at the Empire facility, Pavilion Road, Bank Hall, St. Michael. Empire Club, to be precise. We're in the beautiful Caribbean Sea, and we're seeing some glorious football over the next couple of weeks, known as the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT. It's 50-year-old gentlemen at this point in time having a good session of soccer in the weekend's proceedings. Offside is the call, and the assistant ref, number 2, Martin Biddy, is parallel to us, Keith, and he can call it from there, and we certainly saw it as well. Here's Bowen being pushed off the ball, and then a nice little piece of Hollywood as well from Bowen buys that foul, as we see another avid football fan and player, also a fine singer in Cecil Riley, wearing the number 17 as well.
I like how he went down, you know, in dramatic style, and he is a prolific goal scorer when he gets the ball. But with the Benfica don't look like if they really come out to play. They're playing with no kind of real commitment, and unless they tighten up at the back, Bayland Masters will score 5 or 6. Well, a goal in the first minute of the game, and so far, the ball has scarcely gone past the halfway line, and you can see all of those orange shirts all over the field. Bayland Masters 1, Benfica 0. Maybe some more whites can come, including Goofy, and help the Benfica team, Trevor.
Yeah, they certainly need a little bit of assistance here. A little bit short on them. We know we do have Agrafest in Queen's Park rocking and rolling over there, so that might have pulled a few away this evening with their family duties. But no excuses, though. Keep with a squad of 18 to 20 men, your 11 should be showing up every single weekend. That ball played over the touchline inadvertently as he looked to find, I think that's where John Boyce also on that far side. But at present, Bayland in full control of this one. They're leading 1-0. Goal scored in the first minute or so. And the Bayland with this salmon pink jerseys will continue to play here this evening.
Nothing to worry about. It is really, really easy for the Bayland Masters, and they will be disappointed if they don't get 4 or 5 goals in this game.
So as Arnold Braffett picks it up, he'll find the ever-willing Norville down the right. No one marking him. Ball Porty top. George Skeet with the defensive header. And then Grimes getting involved to put it outside his 18-yard box. Simmons in possession. Floats one far side. Good defensive header there. In towards Wesley Allen. Ball recycled and going back to the right-hand side again. Norville always available. Will control. Step off of it for a second and then come back to the edge of the box there. 90-degree angle on that side.
They're having a wonderful time here in these orange shirts. That's goal number 2. No. Bayland Masters in total control, dominant in possession, precise in movement and passing. Benfica all out to sea, and they will have to wake up very quickly. Benfica 0. Bayland Masters, the defending champions, 1.
So as Bayland continue to move the ball around with the likes of Sherwin Worrell, it's back to Russell Norville, who will put one on the surface this time. Skeet will dribble left and right and clear as they come out of their defense now. With Marcus Murray, the birthday man, has donned his gear. We're in the number 20, an additional player onto the field. The Bayland recycle over to this right hand, in fact, this left hand side. Aline spreading it to the right-hand side. Ball floated inside. Palms on it from White. Still in possession to the other side. Looking for Norville, who comes with his head. And then needs a piece of magic to tickle it away. Right foot shot coming in. And there's a good save from Tyrone White. A couple more men arriving slightly late, but will make the numbers right here towards Rodney Boyne. Boyne with the back heel. That unsuccessful pass then over the line in towards Sherwin Worrell, who spreads it into the middle of the midfield. Paul Rowe, again finding the very vacant Norville, will survey back towards Rowe. That combination works well for Bayland. Right foot shot coming in and over the crossbar again. Current score after 10 minutes. Bayland Masters 1, Benfica 0.
Well, you talk about Norville, but this ground here in Pair belonged to the Norvilles. Mark Norville, who was outstanding right winger, and before that, Rodney Norville on the left side. So it is really, really easy at the moment for Bayland Masters. They're colorful, they're stylish, and they're leading by 1-0. Can the opposition get back into the game? I'm not sure, but they will try. Benfica, with an additional player, has now gone to 9 players. So they need to, yeah, let's count, Trev. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 outfield players plus the keeper. And hopefully before the end of the first half, they can get 11.
Right foot shot coming in. That's good connection he made on it too, but good defensive work here as Benfica onto the cosh by the defending champions. Simmons lets that one slip past him and Boyne does the same thing to mock him. Comes down this right hand side now as Benfica explore a rare sojourn down into the Bayland Masters half. Few touches on it. Boyne on his bike down the right. Cuts past that first player. Oh, he's play acting, Keith. He has to be play acting there. Tonya D not buying it. As she says, play on. But I couldn't see any touch. I saw no physical contact from the Bayland man. And she ushered Boyne to get up off the surface and reduce that Hollywood style. Ball into the box here, on towards Wesley Allen. Into the edge of the box now, right foot shot coming in, and there's Tyrone White perfectly positioned to pick it up and find George Skeet on this right-hand side. He will prod it forward with the left foot first and then the right. Floats one in towards the middle of the midfield. I believe he was looking on this occasion for Cecil Riley. White with the clearance. We're just about 13 on our clocks here at CSI. That's Commentator Sports Incorporated. Our stream team are in charge. Norville with the right foot finish. No! Russell Norville saw the keeper creeping towards the center. He recalibrated with the right foot and smashed the right foot finish past Tyrone White. Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters 2, Benfica Masters 0. 13 on the clock, Keith. And it's the Russell Norville show.
Well, Trevor, that was again inevitable. He had so many balls on the right-hand side. He had no one to mark him. And I feel so sorry for the goalkeeper because shot after shot, but he had no chance with that one. And like I said earlier, I believe Bayland Masters could score 4 or 5 with comfort. They have nothing to worry about. And I anticipate quietly that they will get the first victory of the tournament.
So Norville announces himself to the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament. His first game of the season, his first goal of the season. It's 2-0 at this time with Winton Enterprises Bayland Masters 2, Benfica Masters 0. Norville, as we said at the very beginning, is one of the rare reasons why Bayland can do so well. They exploit the wing back so seriously that the strikers just need to be in the right place at the right time to finish. And when they're not in the right place at the right time, Norville takes charge and he finds those spaces at near post and far post to finish with his left foot, his right foot. He's even scored headers as well. And he's done it here again this evening. This is Benfica looking to defend. And Bayland Masters through goal scorer Norville to attack down the right-hand side. Finds Paul Rowe, who will try to make his way past Wayne Grimes. Grimes sticks out the right boot, I believe it is, and puts the ball over the goal line for a corner kick to Bayland Masters, who are leading 2-0 on 16 minutes.
Well, Norville have had so many balls. He could have gone home with the ball and all. No one is marking him. He's free, and that is goal number 3. Like I said, this is going to be more than a whitewash. This will be an orange wash. 3-0 to the Bayland Masters, and we are not even into halftime yet. Benfica not putting up any resistance, and what I would like to see them do is readjust a little bit, play with 5 at the back so that they don't get disgraced, because I can see Bayland Masters going to score like 6, Trevor. 3-0 at the moment. Bayland Masters, the defending champions, lead on the evening comfortably by 3-0.
So the former Barbados volleyball captain and spiker Elvin Oxley with the finish in the 6-yard box there, making it 3-0. He's also a prolific scorer in the Masters if you follow his career, so I'm sure he's come onto the field to make the difference. And some of these players like to wear the number 5. Oxley is one of those players as well, likes to wear 5 and make his presence felt. He's done it here this evening on just about 16 minutes here, as they have a 3-goal cushion over the gents in the blue jerseys, red shorts and black socks, known as Benfica Masters. And perhaps there'll be no coming back, but if Benfica can perhaps get a few more guys to join and fight a bit here now, then maybe there could be something in it for them. Down the left this time goes Oxley, the goal scorer of the last goal. And Skeet will take possession of it here as he hesitates to get the space and time to pass down the right. And Benfica coming out of their defense. It's looking at a decent type of attack, but the possession given away again into the middle of the midfield as Paul Rowe will, like a robot, as Norville takes possession of it, floats it inside for someone else to get a goal. Rowe with the right foot shot coming in, charged down by the defense. Marcus Moore up against Stevens. Moore wins, plays to Grimes into the middle of the midfield for Bayland. In fact, for Benfica, this would be a lot better display. And the ball given up easily. 18 on the clock. Simmons will control. Ball floated inside. Clearance made into Skeet, who controls. Spreads it wide. Grimes into the space. He too gives it away to Paul Rowe. Only then to give it away again, this time to Marcus Moore. Moore with the prodded ball forward. And Rowe says, I need to tidy up. Plays a decent ball down the left. Asking a lot of Oxley, who's tackled very strongly by the number 4 for Benfica. I think that's George Skeet, as tackle was adjudged to being clean, and the ball coming off of Skeet last and giving the Bayland Masters the corner kick, I believe, after 19 minutes.
Well, Skeet was always a solid defender, and again, he showed good intentions, trying to win the ball comfortably, but in the end, he had to concede a corner. But that was Keith at his brilliant best defensively. Benfica 0. Bayland Masters running away with this one. 3-0. And we are not even ending the first half as yet. So, the team, so colorful and black and orange, enjoying themselves to the max. Ball will come in, shot will come in, misdirected, going to touch. Benfica will be happy for that one so that they can readjust, reorganize, and go forward again.
So into the 20th minute, Tyrone White, the Benfica goalkeeper with the restart, spreading it wide. This time around, Norville, very alert. That's the left footer, just wide of the mark. And the goal kick to Benfica. I'm sure they'll continue to slow the game down, having a limited amount of players to start, and then not very much coming from the bench either. The ball adjusts to be outside of the 6-yard box, and it needs to be touching the line at least. So Tanya Dean from 50 yards can see with those eagle eyes that ball is not inside the 6-yard box, and she needs it to be done properly, even if it's the Masters. Here's Stephen Simmons, very agile player, number 13, floats it inside. It's a decent ball to Norville, whose first chance at it is blown, and the second one averted the danger from the Benfica defense. Left-footed shot coming in, and again the clearance is made as Benfica continue to play it strong. That's Grimes with the clearance. He finds Boyne on his run, and his bike sprints away towards the keeper now. And as Rodney Barrow comes out, clears the danger on 22 minutes. The Bayland continue to lead 3-0 over Benfica.
As we go inside the final minutes of the first half, Benfica fighting to make sure they don't concede double figures in this game. The chances of scoring will not be there unless they can keep the ball, gain possession, and shoot from outside the area, because Boyne can't do it on his own. He's not that young anymore. This must be goal number 4 into the back of the net. That is Norville again. Really running right here, having a jolly good time. Bayland Masters 4, Benfica 0.
So into the 22nd minute. And Bayland continue to enjoy themselves here. They've managed to get their mojo back. The last couple of games were nightmares with those 2 defeats. And they've managed to regroup during this last week of training sessions and tactical and technical sessions, and they're quite cock-a-hoot now. 23 on the clock, and Benfica have no answer. It is Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters 4, Benfica Masters 0 after 23 minutes, Keith.
Well, yes, a couple of minutes to halftime. I would advise Benfica to regroup, play with 5 at the back, Boyne up top, and play with 3 in the midfield, which will give him a chance to keep possession of the ball a lot better, because as long as Bayland Masters get the ball, they're going to come roaring forward in numbers, and goals will come, and Benfica must know that defensively they need to be tighter and stronger. Benfica 0, Bayland Masters 4.
So ball towards the near post, and lack of control there puts that one over the touchline. As Bayland continue to maintain possession, control of the ball, creating those passes as well. And they're having a field day here this evening as a former Benfica player in I believe that's Michael Walters, alias Buggy, with the left foot playing at left back, looking to spank his former team, and he's continuing to help to make it 4 here this evening. That's the 45-yarder. To me, Keith, that's where the mistake has been made for Benfica. They're not putting anyone wide to cut that pass out, and therefore Russell Norville remains unchallenged and able to collect the ball with acres of space, use that space, and create the chances for Bayland Masters. So any good tactician would realize that Norville needs to be shut out of it. And again, he hasn't been shut out. He forces that one inside, makes Grimes do a bit more work, and on 25 minutes, another corner kick to the men that are leading 4-0, Bayland Masters over Benfica.
Well, Bayland Masters dominating the game, and Norville on the right-hand side of midfield has had so many balls. It is so easy. No challenges coming in, and therefore, unless Benfica readjusts their whole setup, they're going to get hammered. And who knows, maybe Bayland Masters will score in double figures. 4-0 as we go very close to the end of the first half.
Well, Keith, I may not be expecting to see that many goals in the second half, because certainly the teams generally will wise up and change their tactics in the second half. Bayland will continue to do what they're accustomed to doing, but if the Bayland are really thinking, they will go to 5 or so in defense, pack the midfield with whatever numbers they have left in, and perhaps we may not get double the figures like we're seeing now as 4-0. Only time will tell, but generally speaking in the Masters, we tend to find that the teams will tighten up in the second half and you won't get so many goals. But as we leave you here at the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bank House in Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean, I will say good evening to the Canadians, the folks out of the USA, be coming your way very shortly, USA, and the UK, always locked and loaded, London, Birmingham and Manchester in the house. We go to some commercial ads before we come back with the second half here this evening. And as we leave you, a classified halftime score, Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters 4, Benfica 0. Lots more in the second half.
Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no-stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Mayo Chill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137.
Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem, nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting, offering a sumptuous selection of tasty, affordable and locally themed dishes from our popular breakfast, our delectable lunch menu, and let's not forget our mouth-watering dinner. Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, every day, every meal.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch, you can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This
after just a couple of minutes into the second half. Keith.
Well, having dominated the first half and scoring 4 goals, I believe that the Benfica team, like I said, need to play with 5 at the back, 1 up front, and maybe 2 in the midfield to help hold the ball up. Because as long as Norville gets the ball on the right-hand side, Bayland will score goal after goal. And to my left and in front of me, a number of Bayland Masters supporters having a rocking good time and enjoying themselves. So Benfica need to step up in the second half. It's getting dark and cloudy outside, but the clouds, another goal, Trevor, or it's just gone wide. It looks like another goal. 5-0. It is so easy. They are making no joke with Benfica. Benfica 0, Bayland Masters 5.
So yes, the Bayland Masters putting their foot on the gas and perhaps looking at the lofty double figures if Benfica don't watch themselves. As I said, they need to rejig that defense because it's like a hot knife through butter is a term that commentators use. Slicing so nicely. like a hot salt bread, Keith.
Yeah, it's so easy. Too easy. Definitely much too easy. And Benfica will have to make sure, like I said, before the end of the first half, strengthen their defense. And they have always, over the years, been a good defensive team. Gun White and the other Whites will not be happy with this. They have masterful players in Goofy White and Young, Tyrone White in midfield, etc., but it's more darkness than white in this one. 5-0, Bayland Masters cruise into victory, and surely as defending champions, they are on the rampage.
So yeah, this 5-0 score deserves not a fluke, the way they've created the chances and put Benfica under pressure. Certainly says that their main business this evening. And if I were a fly on the wall within the Bayland Masters dressing room after the 2 defeats in the last 2 weeks, I believe they would have had a real rollicking talking to from the management that they'll need to step up if they're going to defend their titles. They haven't been able to do that. Here's Boyne going through one-on-one. Out comes the keeper to tidy up. He wins the possession. And Bayland continue to control here after 30 minutes, Keith.
Well, Boyne tried as he might, couldn't get there. His legs always strides well, but with the Bayland Masters back in numbers, he was not able to get away. So Benfica, even if they can get a goal as a little consolation, they will go back to the area feeling comfortable that at least they have scored against the champions. But at the moment, the champions on the rampage. Every time I look up, I can see 4 and 5 orange shirts rolling forward from left to right. Cross comes in, chance for goal number 6. The ball headed into touch, and Bayland Masters lead on the evening by 5-0.
So Benfica will be coming out of their defense with Hines. He's given away possession for the umpteenth time now. Ball played down the left-hand side as the Bayland with Norville. Left foot shot coming in. There's a good save from White. The right foot finish cleared again from Grimes, who's having a, although it's 5, he's saved a lot more than 5, Keith. And
they're searching for 6.
Well, they're searching for the 6, but Grimes not having any of that. He surely wants to keep the score down and doesn't want to be responsible for a higher score. So he's asking for some more defenders to come and assist. Into the 32nd minute, they're heading for 50. But at this point in time, it doesn't look as though there's any coming back for the gents in the blue jerseys. That's the Benfica lads. Last season, they would have had a relatively decent season. But this year starting a little bit rocky in this match in particular. And they've had to pay the price, Keith. If they're not necessarily prepared properly at the beginning, then a good team, a defending champion team like the Bayland will take you apart. And we've certainly seen that here this evening with this 5-0 scoreline. Perhaps this could be 6 now. Ball played into the box. A good turn to the edge to Simmons, who floats it to the far side as Bayland swiftly move from left to right. That's the right foot shot coming in towards the last defender there as the shot is taken and the ball makes its way over the goal line over the touch line there for a goal kick. And with 33 minutes on the clock, Keith, the Bayland continue to press and probe to create more chances, and Benfica look to limit the score. At this point in time, 5, but who knows how many more the Bayland can get here this evening.
Very comfortably too. Benfica, like I said earlier, need to go have a meeting, get their squad organized, because you can't come here on weekends with 8 or 9 men against a team of the magnitude of Bayland Masters. You can't even make a rolling sub. So they need to get their house in order, patch it up, knock it up, and play much better than they're doing this evening. But on the night, as we go into the night, it is Bayland Masters having done everything right.
And the Bayland continue to rock and roll here. And the rock that they've moved out of the way is the Benfica lads from the IV St. Michael. So 2 community teams, Bayland Masters over on the south there, Keith, up against the more central St. Michael team in the Benfica Masters team. And they continue to lead with the 5-goal cushion. Ball played across the box. Good defensive work here. Clearance made. Left foot shot coming in, and the clearance again from Benfica. They're fairly resolute in the second half, but they're going to need to maintain this composure so that the score won't be increased in any more numbers. They're doing a good job of it at this point in time. 5-0 the score at this point, as Bayland Masters in the salmon pink jerseys continue to recycle the ball left and right, find those open spaces, and look to penetrate down the right-hand side. There goes Wayne Grimes again, the number 18 central defender for the Benfica team. Puts the ball over the goal line for a corner kick, I believe, on 36 minutes.
Well, at the moment, it seems that Benfica will be hoping for the whistle to go, and I continue to have lots of good friends coming and hailing me up. Another prolific goal scorer. What is his name, Mr. Trevor? Said you can tell the audience the top scorer years ago. What is his name?
I'd rather you do the honor, sir.
Prolific goal scorer, and he is here to watch his son, who played earlier for Vintage. And Mr. Harvey, blessings to you.
Thank you, sir.
I like the word sir, but you were always a top goal scorer, endless goals, just like Trevor Thorne. And I believe if you all had been born in this time, you will be professionals, $1 million strikers back in England. All right, God's blessing. The ball at the moment, though, down in the dark. Bayland Masters lead on the evening by 5-0. Benfica hoping that the whistle will soon go, but we're a long way from the end. Trevor, how many minutes left on the clock?
Well, just about 37 or so minutes into it, Cleve, so still at least additional 12 or so minutes to go. And that spells a lot of hard work for Benfica to repel the Bayland team from getting an additional goal here. But so far, so good for them. They've been able to keep them at bay for a couple more minutes here as Benfica continue to defend, clicking from right to left. That's an attempted shot there, charged down by Marcus Moore. Then the clearance is made, looking for Rodney Boyne to get on his bike and sprint away. But before he could actually get there, Rodney Barrow with the clearance there, Keith, as goalkeeper. And Benfica continue to be under the cosh, this time from a left-sided Russell Norville, who switched from right to left, finds Norville again with that little 1-2. He's creating problems both on the right-hand side and the left. And Bayland will look to squeeze another one out here on the far side. That's the right foot attempt at near post all the way along the surface for the Benfica keeper in Tyrone White to pick up and distribute after 38 minutes.
With Trev, is he family to Mark and Rodney Norville?
Yes, he is. I believe he's the son, Keith. So therefore, he's been blessed with the same type of skills. Here's Bowen with a clean pair of heels down that right-hand side. He doesn't have very much assistance except for Skeet on the inside. Looks to foot one inside. And that one just passed the near post. So that's the danger and skill of Rodney Bowen. He can take it and sprint towards the 18-yard box, release a catapult-type shot, but slightly off target. And with just about 40 minutes on the clock, the referee had to sprint 40 yards, Tonya Dean. A Benfica man is down on the surface, about to receive some medical attention. With just about 40 minutes on the clock, the current score, Benfica Masters 0, Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters 5, with just about 10 or so minutes to go as the sun sets here at the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bankhouse, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean. As we say once more, pleasant evening and a pleasant night to those in Canada, USA, and of course, those across the Caribbean region as well. Keith.
Well, as we come into the closing stages of the game, Benfica, to their credit, have only given away one goal in the second half, and they will feel that if they can get a full squad, maybe they can make a better impact, because Norway looks a good player. There are a number of other players in the squad who has that ability to take them forward. And Bayland Masters, having now won their first game after losing the first two, would want to prove that they're the champions going forward. And Trevor, I know you will want to let the fans know about the matches for tomorrow. And surely, Benfica 0, Bayland Masters 5.
For sure, we kick off tomorrow evening with the teams that would have recorded victories last week. Both of them recording victories. Blackrock with the 2-0 victory, and also Trent's as well. Blackrock Masters coming up against Trent's at 3 tomorrow evening. Home base Empire Masters against Carlton Wanderers at 4. And in the 5 p.m. encounter, Paradise Masters 50th edition up against Wildy Royalty in that 5 p.m. match. Exactly unified with a bye for tomorrow. So 3 Cracker Jacker games tomorrow. We say good evening to young Seth Thorne and his queen present this evening. 40 on the clock. In fact, 41 minutes on the clock this evening. And we can put our necks on the line, Keith, and say that Bayland will possibly, or more likely than not, go home with 3 points this evening and probably a clean sheet as well, as the current score here at the Empire Facility, Pavilion Road, Bankhouse, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean is Winston Enterprises Bayland Masters 5, Benfica 1 in the final game of the evening.
Well, Bowen have run his legs out. No, he can't run anymore. He kicks it across the area, but he worked hard on his own up in front, and surely he will want to get home and back up in My Lord's Hill as quickly as possible. But Bayland Masters, even John Nobby Paris having a rocking time today, feet high up and enjoying himself on the far side. Bayland Masters 5, Benfica 0.
John Nobby Paris in the palace there, Keith.
Yes, he's up in the palace with his feet held high. Last week he was neither hither nor yon, but today his team has demolished Benfica 5-0 and everything is going strongly.
So here we have it. Marcus Moore, the birthday guy. Gonna have a big bash this evening, Keith, in the St. Michael area. We're all invited. As Benfica, as I told you, Keith, remember what we spoke about at the end of the first half? The team that normally has been taken to the cleaners in the first half generally have a different demeanor in the second half of these matches, and therefore the score will not normally end up double, but maybe an additional goal or two. At present, 5-0. Left foot shot coming in. Good save from White. The second bite at the cherry. And the Bayland team refused to put that one into the back of the net. Current score remains Winston Enterprises, Bayland Masters 5, Benfica 0.
How many more minutes on the clock?
Just about 6 or so as the sun sets here. No need for the lighting, as you can see. I can still see very clearly the likes of Russell Norville and Barrow, the goalkeeper. I can see them from here. They're 50 yards away, and I can pick them up very clearly. And Tanya Dean with her hand in the air and so on. So still good light here. And that's the reason why we do play 2 matches on Saturday, 4 and 5. And then Sunday, 3, 4, and 5, and get those games rolling one after the other. Because as soon as you get to 6 p.m. at this time of the year, it is quite dark. That ball searching for another goal for Norville. Off target and over the touchline for a goal kick. Score remains 5-0 to the Bayland Masters over Benfica.
I'm watching the Bayland keeper. He's easy, like Sunday evening. Very cool, no problems, nothing to do, just keep his hands behind his back. It is all about the orange and black. They have totally destroyed Benfica, 5-0 at the moment, and I know they will want to complement that with 6 goals. Boyne have run his legs off. He has the ball on the right side again, but one man cannot beat 11. But he have worked hard for his team. He has been a prolific scorer all his life. I was going to say his goal scoring life, but this evening no goals for him. As we go into the last few minutes of the game, Benfica 0, Bayland Masters 5.
Correction, Keith, that's the 6th goal at far post. As Bayland continue to run riot here at the Bank Hall facility. Yes, Empire Club we're at. Centrally located. Excellent conditions as well, as we've been hosted by the Empire Management Committee and allowed to stream the games live. And with luck, we'll be able to bring every single game to you for this season. But of course, we're looking to host some 35-year-olds as well at some point in time very shortly and lead them right into the international tournament, where we're expecting lots and lots and lots of teams of international caliber to visit and have a real good time. Yes, we would want the trophies to remain here, and therefore that's the reason for having the OBL-FIT, to make sure these guys are fit and ready for international competition between the 26th and the 29th of May 2023, right here on the beautiful island of Barbados. 46 on the clock, and Benfica to enjoy a rare piece of possession down the left this time, as they look to search and destroy this left-hand side, but nothing doing as Bayland take possession again down the left. Norville sprinting away, will look to create goal number 7. Right foot shot. Oh, it's over the far post. And the Benfica lads will breathe easy.
How many minutes left, Trav?
Just a couple to go, Keith, before the final whistle. Plus time added on for stoppages. And we'll sail right into tomorrow evening's actions, where Blackrock Masters come up against Trents at 3. The 4 p.m. encounters Empire Club against Carlton Wanderers. And the Cracker Jacker top of the table clash at 5. Paradise Masters 50th edition, the Yellow Submarine up against Wildy Royalty with Michael Hayward. And a lot of other superstars, former national players, all be exhibiting their skills tomorrow evening from 3. You want to look at those fixtures? No problem. Go to the BIMFC Masters YouTube channel. The fixtures are posted right there. Also go to the BIMFC 246 on Instagram. You can also find them on my own page at Trevor Thorne Scores. And if you're a Facebook fan, check for Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. They're also posted there. Ball into Tyrone White's hands. 6-0 the score. Benfica 0. Bayland Masters 6.
Well, they have done it right this evening. Bayland Masters, they have scored 6. And surely Benfica will need to go home, clean up their act, come back refreshed next weekend. Hopefully, they will find a way to get 11 players, because you can't come here and expect that with 7, 8 players that you're going to be competitive. No way. Not if you're playing a team as strong as Bayland Masters, who are the defending champions. So on the evening, as we look to close you out here from the Empire Bank Hall ground, it is Bayland Masters 6, Benfica 0.
So for all those who would normally, in fact, the ball into the box now, chance here, far post. That one goes behind, I believe, yep. As Benfica breathing a slight sign of relief there. I make it just about time, or thereabouts, but the official clock is with our referee this evening, Miss Tonya Dean. She says there's a couple. I think she's trying to signal there's a couple. Yep, she's given us the signal. Just a couple to go. Good referee in there. So don't forget to like and subscribe our social media handles for all of the Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI Stream Team live matches, commentary, fixtures, results with Keith Griffith, BSS, and CSI lead commentator Trevor Thorne. On YouTube channel, it's BIMFC Masters. On Instagram, it's at BIMFC246 or Trevor Thorne Scores. And on Facebook, Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. For the love of the beautiful game. This is the beautiful game here. And having a beautiful time this evening is the Bayland Masters with the 6-0 lead. Not so beautiful are the Benfica lads who haven't scored a goal. And I'll pass to Keith because I believe a hug is coming my way in a very short time.
Well, we're into the closing stages as Trevor departs for a good cause. Benfica 0, Bayland Masters 6. As we roll to the end of the game, it's getting dark outside, but surely Benfica will need to reorganize, readjust, and come back stronger and fighting fit for the next engagement. The whistle will go any moment now. Benfica still 0. The whistle, we anticipate the whistle, but still it hasn't come as yet. Is that another goal? Trevor, is that a goal number 7? Goal number 7. Can't pick up the player down in the corner. So it's Benfica 0, Bayland Masters 7.
So final seconds in this one. I'm almost sure of it. And this is, we consider to be an English terminology that they use, good night nurse. That means that Benfica going to sleep. And the Bayland Masters doing a dance, like what we're seeing from Sherwin Worrell. Can I see that dance again, Sherwin? 7, he's happy as could be. He needs these 3 points badly because the table, as it's been updated overnight, by tomorrow morning you'll see the damage that the Bayland Masters have done as they climb the table now. That's the final whistle from Miss Tonya Dean here this evening, ably assisted by First Assistant Sadiq Hill and Martin Bailey. Thank you very much to the officials. And full time here at the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bank House in Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean. Want to invite you back tomorrow evening, kicking off at 3. The Blackrock Masters up against Trents. Empire Club come up against Carlton Wanderers at 4. And then Paradise Masters 50th edition will take on Wildy Masters at 5 p.m. Exactly Unified having a bye this evening. Classified halftime. In fact, classified score this evening. Mapp West Haggett Hall 0. RxPro Vintage Masters 2. And in the final encounter, Bayland Masters 7. Benfica 0. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, saying a pleasant evening on behalf of Keith Griffith and the Commentator Sports Incorporated stream team from Chairman Melvin Ibo Oxley and Vice Chairman Julian Allen and the rest of the associates within the BIMFC OBL-FIT team. It's a pleasant evening. And join us tomorrow evening from 3. Thank you very much. And a pleasant evening. Safe trip home to one and all.
Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, My Lord Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137.
Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem, nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting, offering a sumptuous selection of tasty, affordable and locally themed dishes from our popular breakfast, our delectable lunch menu, and let's not forget our mouth-watering dinner. Seafan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, every day, every meal.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com. And our Facebook, it's Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados